Undeniable. Puckett makes the sack. This guy's had a big game to this point tonight. We undeniable. The 30, dancing down the sideline. He's in the clear at the 20. 15, 10, 5. We undeniable. Touchdown, Spartans. We undeniable. And goes down. Sacked back near the 15-yard line. We undeniable. Rainbow's left side, man wide open. Touchdown, Spartans. We undeniable. Field breaks free. First down, 30, 25, 20. Angles left numbers, 15, 10, 5. End zone. Touchdown, Spartans. Jet Turner. We undeniable.
Welcome into the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is brought to you as always by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Well, the Spartans continue on in district action on the road, and another visit to Moore Stadium, which has some good feelings about that stadium, obviously, from 14 and all the way up. But Southmoore was on the tap this last week, and you know, you never know what you're going to get, but some of those teams have got some real talent down that way.
They really do, and Southmoore is a team on the rebuild. We knew that going in. Coach Munden's doing a good job there, but is also our first road game as far as a 2-hour trip. We had to get out of school early, couple that with being a Thursday night game, and we knew we had our work cut out for us.
All right, so Southmoore, a team that, like you mentioned, they're on the rebuild, but a talented team from over that way, a lot of talent in the Moore area. And to get ready for teams like that, obviously every week got to have a good practice and good practice players. And let's talk about our practice players of the week. Yeah,
we knew we had a short week, and we've got a whole lot of guys doing good stuff. Senior Evan McClure, offensive lineman, he starts on the offensive line, but also takes every snap of offensive scout team during the practice week, and he just continues to grow and get better and be a great example for all those offensive linemen. And then sophomore running back Jamel Holt, he's a young guy that is relatively new, just moved into Bixby last year, military kid, and just doing some really good stuff. Has an incredible attitude. Is doing good stuff at the running back position on JV nights as well. So we're super proud of him.
Our practice players of the week brought to you this year by BTC Broadband. We're going to have your first half highlights of the Spartans taking on Southmoore when we come back.
Side hash, far numbers 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown.
The Bixby Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. BTC Broadband. Stay connected with us. American Waste. Big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Nallen Orthodontics. Powered by Smile Doctors. Roush Coleman Homes. Improving quality of life, one home at a time. Oklahoma Promo. Products that inspire. Core Society. Experience the core workout. TTCU. Life is better in balance. Castle Rock Homes. Your custom home is waiting. And by Explorer Pipeline.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the collab of flavors. The sweet honey, the pickled jalapeno peppers, and the creamy pimento cheese. It is a perfect bite.
Hey y'all, this is Ronte, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. When I took a first bite, I was like, go, go, go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go chicken, go get it.
BTC has provided customer service that no other provider in our over 20-year history has been able to do. They allowed us to just seamlessly communicate with our customers, which is what our customers expect.
We're back on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, and the Spartans taking on Southmoore. Before we get into this road trip, you guys are always business-like on the road, and it seems like the guys took care of business.
Yeah, that was the big focus all week. Make sure we handle this as a business trip. Make sure we handle the 2-hour bus ride well. Make sure we handle dressing, taping, getting out of school early. And then finally, the bus ride back and making sure we're back in school on a Friday with a Thursday game. So a lot of things that we focused on, and I'm very proud of our guys for handling those.
All right, let's head to Moore Stadium, the home of Southmoore, in our American Waste Control first half highlights.
Coming out here, you'll notice our heavy formation. Cooper Parker doing a good job with his legs, getting in behind the block of Brody Duffel, and then here he is again in some jumbo looks right here, getting good block from Brody Duffel, getting good stuff from Nate England. over there, spitting the bubble screen out right here on the edge to Jet Turner. Jet's so talented, so violent when he runs. Good on both sides of the ball. Clay Peters right here pulls it down on the quarterback run, on the quarterback read right there, and then coming back, running a little G play right there to Cord Nolan. And Cord, not only a tight end, is very efficient with the ball in his hand. Cooper picking up a first down there, excellent run, and then we come back and we run an unorthodox quarterback sneak play we've been working on all week, and we do a good job of executing that. And then Westmore comes out, and you'll notice how violent the defense is right there. Case and Hatley getting great push. Cody Kroll ends up, I think, getting credit for the tackle, but a lot of guys in doing good stuff. Peyton Hawkins getting the start on the defensive line in working around a guy we're missing there on Friday and doing really good stuff. And then we spit the bubble screen out there to our player of the week, Garrett Vaughn. Garrett doing some good stuff. Running the power, Hank Puckett gets a great kick right there, and Cooper hits it up in A-gap and way everybody intended power to be run. And then coming back here, Nate England, you'll see him from his guard position, and Jet Turner averaging 15 yards a carry on the evening, doing really good stuff. Young Brody Scholl doing good stuff right there, staying hooked up on his block, getting good vertical push, and then we hit the screen out to Garrett Vaughn for the touchdown. Good drive right there. Justin Kirk from his nose guard position getting good push right there. Cord Nolan in on the tackle. Cooper Parker doing good stuff there. Southmoore doing a good job spitting out the quick game and picking up some positive yards. And you'll notice Sam McCormick right there, just 15 pounds stronger or 15 pounds heavier and a lot stronger this year. What allowed him to break that tackle. We drop back right here and we hit Garrett Vaughn on the bender route over the middle and what I believe is cover 2 look, opening up the middle of the field. And then running sprint out draw right here. Southmoore stood up right there. Hank Puckett from his linebacker position being super physical, doing what he does. And then a host of guys just rallying to the ball right there. I think Colton Kaiser was in on that tackle, Emery Snyder. And then excellent effort from the backside pressure corner blitz right there. And then Southmoore drops back to punt, and Braden Presley fields a punt and does a good job right here, showing a little wiggle out in the open field. And each week he's getting just a little bit closer. Had an injury in the off season, and so he's still not quite full speed, but he's getting closer and starting to do some Presley sort of things with the ball in his hands, and that's super excited to see. Right there, Clay Peters from his safety position with an excellent open field tackle, and then dropping back right here. Carson Kirby hits Blake Hogshooter on the curl route, and Blake doing a good job picking up some positive yards, needs to secure that ball through the catch. Clay Peters right here over the left tackle behind Brody Duffel, doing some good stuff. Jet Turner from the tailback position right here, showing some bounce, picking up positive yardage. Jet Perez downfield blocking, doing good stuff, and a little razzle-dazzle right here. Sam McCormick finds Jet Turner into the end zone on the little reverse pass that we designed, and good to see some of those gadgets working and having some fun with them. And then just great push in the backfield. Cooper Parker coming in from his linebacker position with a tackle for a loss. Southmoore hits the tunnel screen up underneath, but we rally and tackle it behind the chains, and then trying to run the football. Case and Hatley is just such a big presence there in the middle, and we create a turnover and get the ball back with great field position for our offense. Coming back, we hit the wide receiver screen. You see those wide receivers all down the field doing such a good job blocking. Come back here with a little quarterback sneak play to Cooper Parker up the middle, picking up positive yardage. Clay Peters drops back and then hits Cord Nolan on the out route. Clay's doing a really good job, completed every pass he threw last night. And then Carson Kirby hits Sam McCormick, Blake Hogshooter there on the out route. And then Cody Kroll showing what he can do with his legs. Cody's so shifty and fast. Running a G play, Evan McClure picking up some positive yardage, and then we hit Hank Puckett there for the touchdown off the RPO play action. Then big run up the middle right there, stopped right there by Peyton Hawkins, Justin Kirk, and those defensive linemen doing a really nice job. Sam McCormick from his outside linebacker position, tackling the tunnel screen, and then we come back here and put the ball catcher to heart. Young sophomore, going to be a very good wide receiver for us. And then Jet Turner with another one of his good runs. I think he had four rushes for 60 yards on the evening. And then we split the bubble screen out on the edge, so good stuff there. And then Coming back right here, Jet Turner with another good run off left tackle. Brody Duffel doing a really nice job of setting the edge. Southmoore jumped out in a three-man front. We hadn't seen that. And then step up in the pocket. Carson hits Jet Perez and takes us into halftime with a score of 52-0.
All right, we'll have your second half highlights when we come back.
For Kirby, they rush 6. Blitz is on, dumps it off, middle of the end zone. Catch made by Hank Puckett. Touchdown, Spartans.
Our experience with Nowlin Orthodontics has been excellent. We enjoy coming here as a family. All of my kids have a great experience through their orthodontia treatment, from the front office staff to the back office staff. They have been extremely professional and courteous. We just love our overall experience here at Nowlin Orthodontics.
Nowlin Orthodontics, transforming smiles, free consultations, and 0% financing.
BTC has provided customer service that no other provider in our over 20-year history has been able to do. They allowed us to just seamlessly communicate with our customers, which is what our customers expect.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the collab of flavors. The sweet honey, the pickled jalapeno peppers, and the creamy pimento cheese. It is a perfect bite.
Hey y'all, this is Ronte, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. When I took a first bite, I was like, go, go, go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go chicken, go, go, go get it.
All right, Bixby up big on the road. Let's take a look at what happens in the second half, and our second half highlights brought to you by Castle Rock Builders.
Come out here in the second half, it's a running clock, so we know we're going to be limited on our possessions. And so for the most part, we come out in the second half and we have all of our younger guys, all of our JV guys in, and it's very important to us that we preserve that shutout that we had in the first half. And so you see Southmoore doing a good job moving the ball just a little bit. Brooks Dixon there on the tackle. Brooks had a big night, had some really big hits, completing underneath stuff right there. Peyton Chronister from his D-line position, just all over the field, runs so hard, doing good stuff. Brooks Dixon right there with a big hit, had a couple of those on the evening, really doing good stuff from his safety position. And then right here, Stone Turner, young wide receiver quarterback, doing good stuff from the quarterback position, super shifty with his feet, really makes some big plays. You'll see right here, has a good one right off the edge. You'll see Jacob Hamlin out on the edge, blocking right there. You'll see Sam DeWoody. And then right here, Stone does a good job of taking it to the end zone and scoring for our first touchdown in the second half. Being efficient with the young guys, super important. Right here, Southmoore drops back, throws the pass down the field, Tyler Wright on his third interception of the year, and coincidentally his third pick six of the year. All three of his interceptions have been pick sixes, and a young sophomore that really is doing good stuff and has a bright future in our program. Is helping out on Friday nights a lot, not only on special teams, but defense as well. Then right there, tackle in the backfield by Caden Crisp. He's doing some good stuff. A senior defensive lineman, tight end. Really proud of him. Brooks Dixon, Trent Castleberry in on the tackles right there. And then another big hit right there by junior Brooks Dixon. Brooks, a really good player, doing some good stuff. Not only in football, but is a great player on the baseball diamond as well. There you see Brooks again, just super active, crafty, just such a fun kid to work with. Trent Castleberry does a good job of setting the edge. Dawson Madden, young sophomore defensive end that we have high hopes for, doing some good stuff. Brooks Dixon on the tackle as well right there. All the guys rallying, getting in on the action, and then coming back. Right here, young freshman, Barrett Stanley from the quarterback position, doing good stuff, and then he tosses it right here to Stone Turner, was quarterback last series, now he's a wide receiver. Stone's a guy that's just good with the ball in his hands, doing good stuff. Senior Trey Pauley right there from the running back position, being very efficient, understanding where to go with the bubble screen. And then freshman Barrett Stanley on the sweep play, 2 times in a row right here. You got Sam DeWoody, you got young sophomore offensive tackle Bo Bright, all doing good stuff, and that takes us to a final score of 66-0.
All right, let's take a look at the final stats, and those are brought to you by Explorer Pipeline.
Good evening statistically, 22 first downs, total offense, 436 yards to Southmore's 105. 205 of that through the air, 231 rushing. Penalties on the evening, we had 7 penalties for 70 yards. I thought we were improved in that area. Protected the football extremely well, created a couple turnovers. Passing, Carson Kirby was 11 for 15 for 124 and 3 touchdowns. Clay Peters was 5 for 5 for 48 yards, very efficient. Rushing, Jet Turner had 4 carries for 60 yards. Cooper Parker, 5 for 56. Stone, 3 for 50. Receiving, Garrett Vaughn, 5 receptions for 48 yards. Blake Hogshooter on the board, 2 receptions for 38 yards. And Yet Perez, 1 touchdown reception for 16 yards. Tackles, Brooks Dixon led us with 7. Hank Puckett, 7. Ty the Right, 5. Cord Nolan had 4, and on the evening, no sacks because it was mainly all quick game stuff that Southmoore did. But very proud of our guys and the effort we got on Friday night or Thursday night, Mark.
All right, so a short week, and now you've got a regular Friday night game against the Enid Plainsmen, homecoming, an Enid team that had success, throughout the years, and they had a coaching change. Talk to us a little bit about what we can expect from the Plainsmen.
Well, so Coach Condor, their new head coach, has been on staff there for a while, and they're doing some really good stuff. They've got an excellent quarterback. They've got a really good tailback, and then they've got a good wide receiver and a big physical offensive line. So a good start. They had a big win this weekend over Moore. Really got after it, put it on them, and then defensively they got a different scheme this year. They're running what we call Eat the Captain, where, Apache guys are up moving around doing all kinds of crazy unorthodox stuff, and so we're going to have a great week of practice and be prepared for the Plainsmen.
Yeah, and you should see that type of defense there in Stillwater, and it can cause some challenges here and there.
Absolutely, the exact same defense that Stillwater was running. In fact, I think the former Stillwater defense coordinator consulted with Enid to help install that, and so it poses some problems if you're not ready, but our staff is familiar with some of the things that we do like against it.
All right, Spartans and the Plainsmen, that's up next. We're going to have our Player of the Week when we come back.
What comes to mind when you think of trash? Probably just glad somebody else handles it, right? Well, American Waste Control founder Kenny Burkett started hauling waste and recyclables in Tulsa over 50 years ago, and he is still taking the trash out today. That's not all. Kenny's company is the presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade, and he's proud to sponsor Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste company and recycling hauler each home game.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the collab of flavors. The sweet honey, the pickled jalapeno peppers, and the creamy pimento cheese. It is a perfect bite.
Hey y'all, this is Ronte, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is the richness of the pimento cheese. When I took a first bite, I was like, go, go, go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go chicken, go, go, go get it.
Our experience with Now and Orthodontics has been excellent. We enjoy coming here as a family. All of my kids have a great experience through their orthodontia treatment, from the front office staff to the back office staff. They have been extremely professional and courteous. We just love our overall experience here at Now and Orthodontics.
Now in Orthodontics, transforming smiles, free consultations, and 0% financing.
We're back on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, and it is time for our Now in Orthodontics Player of the Week, and it is senior wide receiver Garrett Vaughn. Garrett, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Go way back, seen you play since you were a kid. You've been around the area, obviously know your family, and we've seen you work up the ranks. And the one thing you've always had going for you is you are quick, and your top speed is definitely putting you in positions to be successful. So, what, you got 5 touchdowns so far?
5, yes, sir. 5.
Okay.
5 right now.
Well, let's talk about overall just growing up in Bixby, being a true Bixby kid and playing all the way up through the ranks, and what it means to get out there and really contribute.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been here since as long as I can remember. I started playing football in 3rd grade for Bixby. I played like a little bit of flag football before that. I played for Bixby Blue with Shane Roller, who's just kind of a tough guy, and he kind of taught me how to hit and like be physical, and I've carried that kind of with me all the way up to high school. And getting at the high school level, it's definitely helped me kind of have an advantage for kids that have just kind of been like softer or just kind of like I don't know, but. It's definitely paid off for me, just being here my whole life.
Well, I know you work hard, and we talk about the offense, and obviously that's the first thing that jumps out, but I've seen you play some defense too, and you really have to battle out there when you're playing out there on the edge. Yeah, I mean, being a smaller guy, I know that. They're going to try to come at me, but I just try to use my quickness for my advantage, but yeah. All right, we talked about it earlier. You're clearly the fastest person in your family. Out there, though, you notice when you get in space, do you have like just an extra gear, and has working hard through the program given you that ability to turn on the jets even a little bit more? Yeah, I'd say Coach Myers does a really good job of getting us guys going. I mean, I've just noticed like not only me, other guys like Cody Cruel that have just kind of got that next gear, that have gotten quicker over the season, and that comes from spa in the summer and just like working hard and just going 100% every day. But yeah. And we talked about obviously, being a Bixby guy, grown up here. I asked this to guys, when they're seniors, what it means to have played with this group of guys all the way through. I mean, you have a lot of football left to play here, but just kind of looking back and looking at where you guys are now, talk about that. Yeah, so like I said before, I started in 3rd grade with Shane Roller, and it was a bunch of my buddies, and then actually went on like after the draft and everything, went off and played with Bruce McClure, who's a great, offensive lineman, played at OU. A lot of my buddies now played on that Bixby Red team and Bixby Blue. Those were those two teams, and just growing up, it's been like kind of like a cool thing to see that we're all just like played little INFC together, and just like, oh, we never really thought we'd be like this big team, because when we were young, that was kind of when Bixby started being like turning the gear on and playing, like being a good elite team, and it's just cool to see all of us playing together now. Talk about setting goals. We were just talking a second ago about touchdowns and things you wanted to do this year. How important is it for you to set goals and put them out in front of you? Yeah, that's super important to me. Just like every category, school, weightlifting, and then on the field. But I always try to get my goals to be, as high as I can, because even if I don't meet them, I gotten to, a good point where I'm like, okay, well, I've definitely gained some growth here, some positive, and yeah. Hey, you're doing a great job, and I know you've got a lot more football in front of you. And congratulations on what you've done so far. We're all proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Garrett Vaughn, senior, here on the Nowlin Orthodontics Player of the Week feature coming up. We're going to talk about the Youth Team of the Week when we come back.
BTC has provided customer service that no other provider in our over 20-year history has been able to do. They allowed us to just seamlessly communicate with our customers, which is what our customers expect.
What comes to mind when you think of trash? Probably just glad somebody else handles it, right? Well, American Waste Control founder Kenny Burkett started hauling waste and recyclables in Tulsa over 50 years ago, and he is still taking the trash out today. That's not all. Kenny's company is the presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade, and he's proud to sponsor Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste company and recycling hauler each home game.
Our experience with Nowlin Orthodontics has been excellent. We enjoy coming here as a family. All of my kids have a great experience through their orthodontia treatment, from the front office staff to the back office staff. They have been extremely professional and courteous. We just love our overall experience here at Nowlin Orthodontics.
Nowlin Orthodontics, transforming smiles, free consultations, and 0% financing.
We're back on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, and it's time for our Core Society Youth Team of the Week. And we roll all the way back to second grade. White Kelly Wright is the head coach. Welcome to the show, Kelly.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, second grade. Talk about your season so far.
Oh, season so far has been great. We're 3-1. Really had some really good games. Had a tough game against the defending champs. One game, but every other game we put a lot of points up and and not allowed very many at all. So it's been pretty solid so far this year.
All right, second grade, kids just getting into it, and you got a lot of new faces even at that level.
I have all new ones. So we have 14 kids, which is a lot for 8-man football, but every single one of them are all brand new to football. It's been quite the challenge to get them prepared for what football is, really, what tackle football is. Really had a lot of fun with it so far, though.
All right, so everybody sees y'all getting after it right over there as they drive in.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, right there on the dirt fields, absolutely.
See all the action, you toughen them up. Let's talk about your team in general. We're going to get some highlights here, and we'll start by just talking about your offense for a minute.
So we basically run out of shotgun, 2-back or 3-back set basically out of shotgun. Just the pretty basic formations. Kids have done a pretty good job of never actually playing football, so the shotgun has been pretty fun. Introducing a lot of different plays. Try to be as proficient as possible on about 5 to 6 plays. Get the lineman to know which way the play is running, right? And so right or left, red or blue, right? So we have some really good athletes. We have, obviously I'm 14, we basically have to bring a new team in every quarter. And so we have a great group of athletes, great group of backs. Linemen are starting to get there, really starting to work really well. And the backs run hard, which is something very, very difficult at this age to get them to run hard and run downhill. Not try to go round, back and forth, just run downhill. And we run over somebody, even better.
All right, let's turn around here and now talk about your defense for a minute.
Yeah, defense, we run just the base 4-1, with the middle linebacker and the 2 corners. We've done a pretty good job of getting our ends to contain. We've started to put in a few stunts. This is what we're trying to work with is, slant left, slant rights, some corner blitzes, some safety blitzes, some things like that, just different formations to try to get kids in the middle of the backfield, because at this age there's not a lot of passing. And so if you can get into the backfield quickly, then more than likely you're going to have a good success rate. So that's what we've done so far. And like I said, that's the biggest challenge is getting these kids really to go, not be fooled by misdirection and go left, right, and start to listen and understand concepts. But it's been fun.
Yeah, you got one playing at the high school level, so you got to balance some scheduling out to make sure you get here, there, and everywhere.
I do, absolutely.
We thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, appreciate having me, and thanks for displaying the second grade, right? I mean, it's the little guys, but they have a lot of fun.
All right, well, best of luck rest of the year.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Our Core Society Youth Team of the Week, second grade, White, and the Plainsmen of Enid visiting the Spartans for homecoming this week. That's up next. We'll see you next time. The Bixby Football Coaches Show was brought to you by Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. BTC Broadband, stay connected with us. American Waste, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Nowlin Orthodontics, powered by Smile Doctors. Roush Coleman Homes, improving quality of life, one home at a time. Oklahoma Promo, products that inspire. Core Society, experience the core workout. TTCU, life is better in balance. Castle Rock Homes, your custom home is waiting. And by Explorer Pipeline,